Yeah,
No
thanks for
problem.
having us, Neil.
Oh, no problem. I'm just glad you guys were both able to come and do this as well. It's just really looking forward to talking about basically how the franchise. I know Dom's been trying to get a franchise. I want it going on 4 or 5 years, anyways, as far as how things have started, as far as with you guys and everything. How Dom was working a little bit in Stratford and it didn't work out in Stratford, and he went to approach Chatham, and now he got the groundwork going and everything else, and now. I kind of call Dom the PT Barnum of the IBL right now because he had to sell everybody on something that didn't exist in a place that
he's,
didn't exist, really, as far as baseball
he,
goes.
he's a bit of a clown too, so it works out perfect.
There you
Well,
go.
Neil, if you want me to go really far back,
Yep.
2006, I was
2006. Okay.
I was
Wow.
coaching in London with Harry Muir, and Rup
Yep.
Chandadat was there as well.
Yep.
And after I was done the season, I was just like, oh my goodness, I'd like to have a team in this league. So first step was not an expansion franchise. First step was I turned my head towards Brantford.
Okay. Yep.
At the time, Paul O'Coin was the owner, and
Yep.
I said, "Well, I'd like to have your team," but I don't think he took me seriously because he came up with a crazy number. So maybe it was also because it wasn't my time at the time. So I was just
No,
like,
exactly.
okay,
And Paul was well. They were right in the middle of that big franchise push as far as the championships and everything else. They were on there. I don't want to call it a dynasty. What else can you call it though? That's pretty much what
Yeah,
it was going on with that
oh
and
yeah,
everything
pretty
else.
much.
Yeah.
So anyway, when I figured out it didn't work, so I talked to the commissioner at the time and said, "Hey, why don't we try to have an expansion?" So believe it or not, I went to Welland,
Yeah.
pitched a municipality, they rejected me. I went to St. Catharines, pitched a municipality, they rejected me. And then I went to Niagara, pitched a municipality, they rejected me. So I
So
said,
over
okay, I'll I'll
strike
for
three.
three.
strike three. Yeah.
That's right, that's right. But it's not the end of the game, of course. That's not how I am. So I took a breather for a couple of years and work on the project, no matter what. But didn't really pitch anybody, didn't talk about the idea anybody really for the next couple of years. And then just before the pandemic, I talked to John Kastner. I said, John, any team are for selling your league? I wanna join the league, and I explained who I was
Mhm.
and this and that, my experience.
Yeah, I think
And
that's when I first heard rumors that you were definitely interested in on becoming involved in everything. I think at that situation, I think I had just taken a step away. I was just, I think my youngest daughter was actually just born around that time too. So it was just, and I kind of had my feelers in the league still, but I wasn't really involved with anybody at that point.
correct. I
Yeah.
see, I see, I see. So anyway, tried again with Bradford, didn't work out.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, let's do an expansion. So I worked a little bit along with John, and
Yep.
we suggested a few cities, but the best picture was obviously Chatham.
Yep.
It's a baseball community. We can see it right now. We're at 600 season tickets holder.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Yeah,
Absolutely, the community is supporting so good, and 110 corporate sponsors, Neil. It's incredible right
wow,
now.
it is so great to see a community get behind a program like yours as far as everything else goes. I see the social media posts when you got, I think the last one I looked at, you had like 55 season tickets remaining as far as that stuff goes. But it's great to see such a groundswell of support for a brand new franchise in the IBL.
You bet. And by the way, 55, it's long gone. I'm at I'm at 14 right now. 14 left, and
14
that's it.
left. Wow.
That's it. Yeah.
Well done.
And the
Well done.
reason being is we don't have a big park as Labatt
Nope.
Park, so we cannot hold so many thousands of people. So I want to give a chance to the people from the visiting team. Everybody will want to come to Chatham and see what's
Yep.
going on there, see what kind of team Harry put on the field, and what kind of entertainment we got. And
Yeah.
people that don't have a season pass, which is fine as well, to give them a chance to come on in. So we stop at 600.
So
You
Harry,
bet.
we're going to turn it a little bit over to you as far as your role as a general manager now. You've been involved with the you've met London majors and everything else when you're there, so you've got an idea of what you're in store for as far as the IBL goes. But even then, if you remove yourself from that situation, well, how are you selling players on coming up here to a brand new franchise?
Yeah, well, that's part of the sell is that we're brand new.
Yeah.
We're going to a town that's super excited. We're gonna have sellout crowds. Like Dom said, we're gonna have about 12 or 1300, but we're gonna sell it every night. So the atmosphere is gonna be intense. Like London's a great place to watch a ball game,
Yeah.
but 3,000 people in a 10,000 person park, it can get kind of kind of quiet at times when they're spread out on a beautiful sunny day,
definitely
right?
can.
So
Oh, exactly.
our park is beautiful because it's nice. Like the stands are, we're all going to be not crowded in, but it's going to be nice and close to the playing facility.
Yep.
And it's going to be sold out. Dom's doing a great job, like with anime. He calls it animation. You know, it's going to be a lot like Welland. You know, if it's not going to be based around baseball. It's going to be based around entertainment.
Well, I think
so that's kind of the sell. It's just like it's going to be more of a minor league ballpark feel.
Yep.
You know, you're going to be a big fish in a small pond at our facility in our city. You know, it's the I think it's everybody's excited. The whole town, like we were just there on Saturday delivering. Was it Saturday? Friday we were delivering
season tickets. Yeah, I saw those posts on social media. I saw you guys announced.
Yeah, what a great
your
experience that is.
well.
Yeah, it's been a great experience to just kind of get the feel. Like everybody, like you walk up to the door, their faces light up. You know, we're handing them their season tickets. They're so excited to start, and
well, that is so
that's
great.
the feeling that we're getting everywhere we go, and you know, that's the excitement I'm kind of trying to portray to these potential ball players is that, you know, it's different. You know, it's going to be different.
Well, I know question is going to be different. I think you guys touched on it right off the top. I think I've looked at your promotional schedule. And I think of all the 21 home dates, I think you've got a different promotional event going on in each one of the home dates, which is actually in any league, it's unheard of. But in this league, it's just like, well, guys, well done. Well done as far as that stuff goes, because it's just, you're definitely raising the bar for anybody else that comes in the future and other teams in this league as far as, okay, there's something going on every night. Like you said, you touched on with the Jackfish, you touched on with the Cardinals. They're doing the same sort of thing. They're just making, you know, the baseball game's going on, but it's not the big event. It's not the big happening that's going on at the ballpark. It's the whole atmosphere that accompanies everything else that's going on. And I think that's going to be one of the most big selling points for, you know, as long as the product on the field is good and everything else, and people walk away with a great experience, they're going to tell other people.
Yeah,
there's another good point, if you allow me to do too. 3 out of our 4 coaches are former major leaguers. This is something huge. Like our manager spent so many years in the big league as a player, Dan Norman, and he also managed in the minor leagues and like a couple of professional teams. Like he was with the Marlins, he was with the Mets, he was with a few teams as a manager and hitting coach at some point. So this is awesome. We got the Steve also, that is a hitting coach who was with the big league with the Jays. Harry is a pitching coach with the Jays as well. This is something like really high, really cool for the league too.
Oh, no question is. I think the league is just, as far as the talent wise, the talent base in the last 10 years has definitely expanded to the point where it's top dollar. Let's touch on the roster a little bit as well, just because I know it's coming together. I know you guys, if you got 3 or 4 imports signed now. I think you got. I'm just looking through.
We have 3. We have 3 at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 at the moment, and then 1 more to come through.
Yeah.
What's on the shopping list right now? Is it another pitcher you're looking for? Is it another outfielder? Yeah. Is it somebody with another solid bat? What is the Chatham Barnstormers? I don't know. Going to be what they're going to excel at? Is it going to be power hitting? Is it going to be hitting for gaps? What is it going to be?
Great question.
Inquiring people need to know.
All of the above. You know, like we're going to be a younger team. I think we're, you know, Dom is in instructional mode. We really want to teach our kids.
Yep.
We're, you know, this isn't a beer league anymore.
No, exactly.
So, right. Like when I played, it was still kind of borderline. You know, we had a lot of guys that were still drink. You know, there to drink just to drink the beer afterwards. And
now
it's like a lot of those guys
bus and they get on Arden's bus from those adventures, and I'm just like, I don't know how you guys got here in one piece.
It was a crapshoot every night whether we were going to make it to Toronto or whatever.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, I just remember those buses pulling up and everything else. It was like, well, okay.
Yeah. So as you know, this league is hitter strong, right? You know, like it's a high scoring. So obviously pitching is key. But at the same time, you got to score runs too, because some of these days, you know, it's
sometimes
first one to 15 kind of wins, right?
Well, exactly. And you say some of those nights, and like we saw in the playoffs, that Barry Hamilton game, they both put up a 7 spot in the 7th inning. It was just like, okay, this is insane. This is insane.
So, you know, pitching, I think we're all going after the same pitchers. You know, there's only so many Canadians, and everybody, you know, so it's really based around, you know, the core of your team is local guys, right? So we've really been focusing on finding those local guys, I think people are still tentative, you know, with a new kid on the block, and there's, you know, there's the Windsor Stars and the Tecumseh Thunder, you know, and all
Yep.
those
No,
teams, and they're
exactly.
still afraid to kind of leave that safety zone, I think. And,
Yeah.
you
But
know,
I
what
think
is
that
Chatham really going to look like and stuff?
yeah,
So I think next year is going to be a different ball game.
no question. I was actually going to just touch on that as far as once people start in the area start to realize, hey, this thing's legit and everything else. These
Yeah.
guys are serious. They're in it for the long haul. It's not just, you know, a fly by night operation. You're going to see some of these guys that are probably playing in Windsor and whatever else, or riding the bench in Windsor, going, well, maybe I got an opportunity in Chatham to go through.
Yeah.
And I saw you picked up Sam McKinley. I saw Catlin Morin as well. I remember him being a hockey goaltender. He
Oh,
went
yeah.
he went out west to work with Carey Price. I think he won a contest or something. He got to work
Oh,
with
wow.
Carey Price.
No, I'll have to ask him about that.
Yeah.
But I think when people see the product that Dom is going to put, not on the field, like that's my job, but
Yep.
what Dom's doing behind the scenes, I think Dom's probably the hardest working guy in baseball right now. And once they all see what the caliber of, I guess, the entertainment that they're going to get in Chatham, I think guys are going to be crawling out of the woodwork and calling me. And I think next year is going to be a lot easier than this year to find 28 guys. That's
Oh,
for
no
sure.
question. It will be. As far as I know, I've been reading the stories on the team as well, as far as like your emails going off constantly. As far as right now, guys are probably just starting to think about where they're playing this spring as well, or into summer and everything else. Now, the good thing with the Canadians, you're not going to lose too many of them come August when the colleges start calling these kids back and everything else. At least the Canada ones, they usually can call the coach and say, "Yeah, I haven't got coming until September or whatever, second week or whatever, just right in time for Labor Day." Hopefully. On field goals, what are you looking for as far as, do you guys think you're going to be trying to aim for middle of the pack? You trying to scare somebody this year? Or are you just trying to have some fun and get the product on the field in front of people, as many people as possible?
All right. Well, of course, as an expansion team, it's a bigger job, like Harry's saying and stuff like that. But we definitely have to make the playoff. This year, the format is totally different. Out of the 19, one of them is not going to go to postseason.
Yeah.
And obviously, we don't want that.
You don't want to be that team.
Oh, no.
No.
No. So we're going to be working hard for sure to get that position of making the playoffs. I think our advantage as a young team, too, we have a different program a little bit. We're going to be practicing in the daytime. Some of their team are not doing it.
Yeah.
So there'll be practice. It's more of instructional for sure. This is what we want to do. We want to take them to the next level. So that might make a difference at the end of the season. I'm pretty sure about this.
How you been making it with billets? As far
so far,
as I know,
so
you guys...
good. To be honest, so far, so good. So all of our imports are in host family.
Okay, that's good.
Receive another person that said, "Oh, I'm going to take one," and even little business, some kind of a camp in Chatham, has offered us to use maybe the facility, so we could probably put another 10 guys if we have to, you know, there. So I think we're fine with this one. Yes.
Nice, awesome. So Harry, what's your next month looking like as far as just trying to solidify the roster and then just trying to, you know, get into position so you can start looking at putting everybody on the bulletin board and say, okay, you're here. This is our strength. This is where we need to find somebody else.
Yeah, like I said, you know, like you said before, yeah, pitching is really on the radar right now. Guys are still, you know, we have so many irons in the fire right now. We've talked to so many guys, but they're still not committing.
Yep.
Because they're always looking for that better score, right?
Well, exactly. And they're expecting something to pop up on their radar or something. Oh,
yeah,
boom, an opportunity comes through on the lap or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's, you know, talking to Dom the other day, you know, and we're not, I'm a bit panicky, but I'm not, because I know, you know, eventually they all have to make decisions.
Yep.
And I know the big rush is going to be probably April, when guys
usually,
are, you know,
usually end of March, early April, because guys are starting.
Yeah. So it's just a matter of contacting as many as possible, getting the interest, and then just, you know, wait, and just, you know, at the end they're like, you got to make a decision, make them put the pen on the ink, and and go from there. But yeah, it's really searching the pitching right now is like key. Like it seems like you only need one second baseman, really, one shortstop, but you need 9-10 pitchers, right? So
no question, especially when you have 3 games and 3 nights, and sometimes, and if you get paid at some point, you can wind up with a doubleheader, especially with that.
Yeah. So I think to be successful and to get to that second round, we got to, you know, we need a solid bullpen and solid starters. And I haven't found one starting pitcher. I haven't signed one starting pitcher yet. So that's my goal in the next month for sure.
Yeah.
And it's really important because being the furthest west as well, so the calendar, the schedule, the way it's made, we're playing back to back to back, Friday, Saturday,
Yep.
Sunday, so many times during the season because of that. Because the teams like, let's say, Toronto, Barrie, that are almost 4 hours away from us,
Yep.
it's hard for them to come on a Wednesday night or something like that.
Oh, no, exactly. And I think just with how the league schedule works right now, it's at 42 games, but unless they can somehow find a way to get a couple of weeknight games on a regular basis, some of the teams are going to have to, bend over a little bit and say, okay, we got to be more accommodating and have the Chathams and London trips on the weekends and play guys that are within, I don't know, a 45-minute to an hour drive on a Wednesday night or something, if they want to expand the league any further as far as the schedule goes.
Exactly.
What has been in the one challenge you guys kind of, what was that kind of like a gotcha so far, as far as how things have been going for you guys? Anything really stood out and it's like, wow, okay, I didn't think about this, or this kind of has been kicking my butt as far as that stuff goes?
Well, so far we're gonna trip here and there for sure.
Yeah.
But so far, Neil, the ride has been pretty good.
Well, that's good.
First of all, it's all about you got to be organized. You got to plan what you want to
Yep.
do and stuff like that. And things happen on the way. But so far, so lucky. And I don't understand. I say that so many times. Come nobody thought about Chatham before. It's a real baseball community. So that's probably why we didn't trip really so far in everything. And we start from ground zero with nothing months ago, like 15 months ago, whatnot. And we're almost ready to play tomorrow. Like, we just need a couple of players, and other than that, a couple of bleachers players, and that's it. We got the fans, we got everything. So we're gonna trip, but let's cross our fingers,
Yeah. I saw Harry's eyes go, we're playing tomorrow, and his eyes went, oh no. They just kind of panicked.
Well, it's just like, yesterday was 15 months ago, right? We were just talking, like, when we were trying to figure out the name and stuff. And we're like, oh, we got, it seems so long ago. And now, it's February 12th, which is almost exactly 3 months now to the start date.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I say I'm not panicky, but I'm getting a little panicky for sure. It's
well, it's too. And like you said, I think guys are going to start realizing, okay, this is a great opportunity, and it's it's an opportunity to get to play against a lot of former professional ball players or guys that played at that next level here, and go, okay, if anything, just become a sponge in this league, guys, and you'll find a lot more.
Like, I recently talked to a couple guys that have played AA and AAA, and they're living in the States now or stuff, and I reached out to them. They're like, oh my gosh, Chatham has a team. That's so cool. Like, they're so excited and they're like, oh, how am I going to make this work? Like, as soon as I'm done in the US, I'm coming your way. Right. So,
yeah,
there's the guys that have been here that have been away for a few years are still learning, still getting the word out. Right. So that's what I mean.
Yep.
It's once the word gets out, once we get that first inaugural season under our belt, I think next year is going to be, I think we're beating them away with a stick, to be honest.
Yeah, well, exactly. Like, no, we don't have enough room for 5 more teams.
No.
Sorry. Yeah. We don't have the minor league system here.
And as a matter of fact, I'm the one who receives all the email, because it's the
info
office. Yeah, that's right. The info one.
Yeah.
And I receive so many import players, but we have only 4 spots, and 3 of them have been filled. But I probably receive, Harry, what is it, 2 or 3, at least 2 or 3 a week that I transfer to you all the time.
Probably, like, we're getting like 1 a day. You're sending me 1 a day pretty much right now, and it's it's fresh because they're all infielders and stuff. And I'm like, I need a pitch. They send me a pitcher already,
Yeah. If you can pitch, you'll go to the top of the list to look at. Yeah. But if you can't pitch, don't try next year, maybe. But as far as that goes, and of course the league is expanding next year to 5 imports as well, so that'll help that cause a little bit. But at the same time, it's just like you're saying, you just got to get the word out and try to find that, I don't want to say a diamond in a rough, but definitely somebody that can be the ace of your staff here and carry some of the load.
Yeah.
I just wanted to thank you guys again for doing this tonight, and really do appreciate it. We're going to air this on our YouTube, and you guys will be more than welcome to grab it as well, as far as and post it on the Chatham socials as well. We do appreciate it. Thanks so much for your time, guys and gals, and we'll see you guys real soon.